Have you ever wondered why some thoughts feel fleeting while others seem to take root, shaping our actions and emotions? Contemplation, or tafakkur, is the key to training our hearts and minds to filter these thoughts. But maintaining a heart that's constantly in a state of contemplation comes with its own challenges. Let's start with a powerful analogy. Just like our immune system detects harmful germs and fights them off, a contemplative heart, one engaged in dhikr and reflection, is able to detect and counter harmful thoughts. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us in the Quran, indeed, those who fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when an impulse touches them from shaitan, they remember Allah and at once they have insight. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا إِذَا مَسَّهُمْ طَائِفٌ مِّنَ الشَّيْطَانِ تَذَكَّرُوا فَإِذَا هُمْ مُبْصِرُونَ. When our hearts are sensitive from constant contemplation and remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we can detect those negative impulses, confine them, diffuse their effects before they settle in. But what happens when we let barriers creep in? When Ali radiallahu anh was asked about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's behavior, he said, he gave himself no share in three traits: ostentation, excess, and that which did not concern or benefit him. These three traits, seeking attention, overindulgence, and engaging in trivial matters, are some of the greatest barriers to effective contemplation. They fill our hearts with distractions and leave little room for remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ali radiallahu ta'ala an also described the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's silence as rooted in four profound qualities: forbearance. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's patience allowed him to rise above anger, especially for personal grievances. Caution. He spoke thoughtfully, ensuring his words were always meaningful and purposeful. Deliberation. He was fair and attentive, always listening to others and considering the consequences of his actions. And contemplation. His reflection focused on everlasting good deeds, steering clear of vain pursuits of this fleeting world. So what does this mean for us? It means that we have to actively guard our hearts from distractions. We must hold this dunya, this world, lightly in the palm of our hands, not letting it take root in our hearts, which are meant only for the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now here's the big question. What can we do to overcome these barriers and cultivate meaningful tafakkur? Number one, declutter your heart. Identify one thing in your life that distracts you, whether it's social media, unnecessary conversations, or excessive materials. Limit your exposure to it and use that freed up time for dhikr or silent reflection. Next, set a daily reminder for reflection. Choose a consistent time each day, perhaps before Fajr or before going to sleep, to sit quietly and reflect on your actions, intentions, and connection to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Make this your moment for muhasabah, self-accounting. Be sure to continue joining us this Ramadan as we dive deeper into tafakkur and explore its transformative impact on mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Together, we'll uncover practical ways to integrate this act of worship into our daily lives. Follow Maristan's YouTube page to stay updated on each episode, and consider making a donation to support the mission of providing holistic mental health services to the community. Your support helps bring knowledge, healing, and inspiration to others during this blessed month and beyond. Assalamu alaikum.
Maristan is a nonprofit organization dedicated to reviving the Islamic legacy of research and education through culturally and spiritually congruent mental health care, psychoeducation, and professional training. We integrate faith, psychology, and evidence-based care to address the unique needs of Muslim communities. Since 2021, Maristan has provided over 3,800 therapy sessions, reached thousands through psychoeducation, and trained nearly 600 Muslim community leaders in suicide prevention, intervention, and postvention. Through our partnership with Stanford's Muslim Mental Health and Islamic Psychology Lab, we are pioneering faith-centered mental health training, equipping imams and community leaders with the knowledge and tools to support those in crisis. Your support sustains these vital programs, expands our services, and allows us to reach more Muslims with the information and care they need. Give today at maristan.org